This is part two of my early years. As I said before, I left school at 16 and then went to work for a man called Lord Fairhaven. And he had a country house called Anglesey Abbey. And what I wanted to do was to become a footman. And so I went there to do my training. Mostly a footman works with the butler and they serve all the meals that happen in the dining room. And then for most of the rest of the day we're cleaning silver. And the house was full of silver, and so it was a constant battle keeping on top of all this silver. All the rooms contained all sorts of different silver candelabras and inkstands. And we had two very large safes that one walked into. The largest of these two safes contained not only silver but also china and some silver gilt. His lordship had a yacht at one time, and one of these centerpieces that were used for the dining table was a replica of this yacht. And so that was cleaned all the time as well. Very delicate work with the where the sails are. We had to be very careful, and because I was pretty scared. The house was not enormous, not as large as, say, somewhere like Blenheim Palace, but it still took me quite a while to get used to wandering around this large house and finding my way around it. And I guess for the first sort of few months I was pretty scared because I was rather nervous about dropping something or breaking it. And his lordship was a very quiet kind of man and really didn't talk to you. And if one went in to pull the curtains at night, he wouldn't speak to you at all. But that was his way of being. The house was always full of people coming to stay. During the shooting season we had people staying all over the weekend, and one of the people who used to come was the Earl and Countess of Spencer, and that was Lady Diana, Princess of Wales' grandparents. They brought their own staff with them. The Countess had her own lady's maid, and she would look after her. We didn't have to do any of that, or the housekeeper used to do all that if the people didn't bring anyone. Staff, there were three of us in the butler's pantry. There was a housekeeper and three housemaids, two daily maids that came in, two chauffeurs. His lordship had his own valet, and so he looked after all his clothes and called him in the morning and all that kind of stuff. And there were 7 gardeners, two secretaries, and they used to come down from London because his lordship had a flat in Grosvenor Square and used to go up there. He also had a house in Suffolk on the coast, but only went there, I think, usually in August, I think is the time he went, but he was mostly at home. The other very interesting people we had to lunch was the old Queen Mary, who is the present Queen's grandmother. She came to lunch while I was there. Also Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, Princess Margaret, and quite a lot of other minor royals used to come there. So it was a very, very interesting time in my life, and I guess it was during this time that I learned to really appreciate beautiful things, and I've tried to, throughout my life, have as nicer things around me and create a beautiful home if I could, within the limits of the money that I had available. I think I'm going to just stop here for the moment, and then I'll come back to carry on a little bit more about this.